Hi, my name is Gavin Case and I'm the executive chef of Cafe Blodgett in New York City, and I'm coming to you today from Blodgett factory in Vermont. I recently had the opportunity to redesign the kitchen at Cafe Blodgett. Danielle and I sat down for a couple of months and tried to figure out the redesign, and one of our biggest things was getting a brand new oven, something that was going to save some space and most importantly save us some time. So we turned to Blodgett. Today I'm going to show you how we use the Hydrovection oven, something that we use at Cafe Blodgett. One of the biggest complaints from all the cooks that I get, I have 25 cooks, and it's like there's never enough space, there's never enough burner space, pots, pans. So what we really thought about when we bought this oven was, how can we save space in the kitchen? Here we're going to braise an octopus in the oven, and then we're going to take the octopus out, and we're actually going to turn the oven over and make it to a convection oven, and then we're going to finish it off with puff pastry. So let me show you the control panel. We have the hydro button here, and we have the hot air button here. And what I did is I just pressed the hydro button, and I have my humidity set at 60%. And then I press that, and my temperature is set at 300 degrees. So what I'm doing is I'm basically doing a slow braise inside of this oven. All right, so the octopus has been cooking for a couple of hours. It's ready to come out. Okay. Okay, so before we complete the octopus dish, I just want to reset the oven because it was on the hydro, so I want to move it to hot air. That way when the octopus dish is ready to go and it needs to go into the oven, I'm all set and it's ready to rock. Okay, so we're going to go over here, we're going to press hot air, okay, and then we're going to go to my temp, and I'm going to go up to 375. Press it and just let it go. And now that, as I'm dressing the octopus dish, the oven's changing over from the humidity level into the hot air level. So then that way I'm ready to go, okay? So we're just going to take the octopus out. Okay. As you can see, the oven has really taken the octopus and made it nice and tender for us. All right, and we're just going to put this in here so we can finish it off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the octopus over to the stove. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some red pearl onions. We're going to saute these off. Okay. And just grab a spoon here. Now what I want to keep in mind is that I don't want to cook it too much because I'm going to cook this again in the oven. Alright, so the red pearl onions, we're going to add some potatoes here. These are raw potatoes. I just want to get them a little bit brown. A little caramelization for us. Okay, let's add a little bit of salt. Okay, now we're going to add our octopus, which we braised in our oven. Again, we don't want to cook it too much since it's already cooked through. We just want to incorporate all of the flavors. This sauce, this is the natural braising jus that came from the octopus that was in the oven. We want to use that up. That's got a lot of great flavor. It's got the natural gelatin that comes in the octopus. Okay, cook that down. We're going to add some cherry tomatoes to finish. Now let's bring this back. We're going to dress this up finally. Okay, so in order to finish this dish, we're going to do a couple extra steps. One is we're going to put in some fresh tarragon. I love using fresh herbs for anything in these dishes, but I only like to go through the cut once because I love the fresh oils that come off of the herb. So just give it once through like that. We're going to put this in. And then here I have a little bit of saffron cream. It's just saffron steeped with a little bit of heavy cream. I'm going to spoon a little bit of that in my dish. When I made this dish and really started to think of it, my idea was almost like a quick bouillabaisse. So this is kind of the cheap version of that, so to speak. So I want to fill my bowl with everything here. The octopus, the potatoes. Now you could add anything to this. You could add fennel to it. You could add some green onions. You could add some spring onions to it. It's fantastic. You don't even have to use octopus if you don't want to. I mean, you could use a nice fresh fish, put it in there, and cover it with the puff pastry. Again, this is the idea, is to, you know, come up with one dish and really use a lot of different opportunities and options when you're making it. All right, so we've got that in there. The next step is going to be to cover it with the puff pastry. So I just have one sheet of puff pastry like this that's been rolled out. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick. I have a little bit of egg wash, which is just nothing more than a little half and half, and some beaten egg yolk. Okay. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the bowl. Now the reason I'm going to come around the bowl is because I want to really have it stick to the bowl. I don't want it to come off when it bakes. I'm going to come down like this. Okay, all the way around. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then we're going to put a little bit more egg wash on top. This reminds me of a dish that Mr. Paul Bocuse is famous for. He has the black truffle soup that he does in puff pastry, which I've eaten many times, and I know he actually cooks that in a Blodgett oven too. So we're taking one out of his repertoire. So we're going to put this, again, we've set this hot air. It's 375 degrees, and we're going to put this in for about 8 to 12 minutes. The great thing about this oven is that it's an auto-reversing fan, and it also has 4 fan speeds. Not to mention, you can turn the light on and off so you can see what's inside of the oven, which is always great when you have something as beautiful as this puff pastry baking. You really get to see how this fan is working. One of the other features I want to show you on this oven real quick is at the end of this cooking process, I really want to get the golden brown and delicious look. There's this feature here where you press vent. It takes all of the existing humidity out of the oven, and it accelerates the hot air, giving it that golden brown and delicious look. Okay, so the octopus pot pie is done. We're going to pull it out here. Careful, it's hot. Let me just pull it over so everybody can see. So let's open it up, get a little bit of steam come out. So as you can see, you have all of the jus that we made still down there. You know, this is a great way to showcase the Hydrovection oven. We use the humidity, we put all of that humidity and kind of basically made a braise inside of the oven, took the octopus out, we drained the humidity out of the oven, and we put in the hot air and finished off the puff pastry. You saw with your own eyes how great the puff pastry looked when it came out. Push that vent button, all the humidity was released. Beautiful convection.